G'day and welcome back to my workbench. Now look at this great big box that has just arrived all the way from La America. Yes, what could it be? It was opened by the ABF. A bunch of... the Australian... Here it is. Australia Post inspected by Biosecurity. Australian Biosecurity. Maybe it's fish. Maybe somebody sent Bass the cat a whole lot of fish. I wonder what it can be. Well, let's flip this thing over and let's have a look. Oh, what's this? Oh, here we go. Border Force, open for inspection. Yes, those guys have been in here fumbling all over your fish, Bask. I don't know. Well, it's in styrofoam, so it could be fish. Could be fish. Let's have a look. Oh no, we've got a box. Let's have a look. We've got another little note here. Open for inspection. Well, they certainly let you know, don't they? Your goods have been screened and inspected. Oh, that's good to know, isn't it? That's really good to know. I'm glad you guys have been in there. So you've eaten all the chocolates, right? You've pinched all the decent stuff, and you just kind of left the bones, have you? Yeah. All right. Well, there's a lot of things here, and there's a box. Yeah. There's a little love note here to Harry as well. But I won't embarrass the George on camera here because, you know, he's just writing sweet nothings to me. Lovely guy, George. Thank you so much. Bask is going to love all this fish. Okay. All right. Well, we've got the box and we're going to open it. Oh, look, it's like a bloody Chinese puzzle. Boxes within boxes. What could it be? Well, if you want to find out, you better hang in there or watch the opening credits. Roll the music. Now, I haven't even peeked yet, but I do know this is a lot bigger than those other boxes for the Aoshima and the LEE 1350 scale ships I've seen, which are all basically the same series, and I think they all originally are IMAI kits. But anyhow, let's have a look. Here it comes. Oh, suspensions, curling away. Oh, yes. Well, we've got a diagram. Look at that. She is mighty. And the thing is with the Esmeralda, and this is what I said in my video, I said, look, I've got the Nippon Maru, I've built it. I'm finishing off the Amerigo Vespucci video out soon. I've got that new Gordon Fuke, and I've got the little Danish one, which ended up being this tiny little thing, which was quite disappointing. But this looks like a very big ship, and it is 4 aft sails, right? 4 aft sails, which is different. I haven't rigged that before. I really haven't. I've done like little yachts and things, but I've never done a full bark like this with lots of masts and lots of 4 aft. It's got the, basically, well, brig this is. It's got the brig sails there, the square sails I'm used to, and I'm certainly used to all the jibs, but I've never rigged anything with all of that. And George has said, can I build it with all the sails? Oh, of course I will. Because this is kind of one that really looks good with the sails on, So look at that. This is going to be interesting. So exactly the same sort of instructions as we've seen in the reviews that I've done for the Nippon Maru and the American Vespucci, right? So same sort of thing. But yeah, look, there you go. All these 4 aft sails, they will be lovely. The beauty is with those is you get to see all the rigging. Nothing gets obscured. The sails in place, you still see all the rigging because the sails are down the middle, right? Okay. And you've just got the square sails here on the foremast because it's a brig. Yeah, she's a beauty. So there we go. There's a bit of blurb there. Tells you all about it. Yeah, you want to read that? Probably won't be able to bloody see it. Get your own kit. You can read along and you can do it. All right, so we get a sprue map. That's always nice. Nice little sprue map. Obviously the sails, bits and pieces. The rigging guide. Yep, that's always kind of helpful. Although I found photos of the real ship. And this is Chilean, I believe. Yep. This ship comes all the way from Chile. Oh, good on you. Right, okay. So, very similar to instructions I've had in the other ones. Basically, you go straight into the deck. Looks like it's only got 1 deck piece. Most of the others had 2 or 3 pieces for the deck. So, that's interesting. And you just have a whole lot of greebles. On they go. So, that's always fairly easy. That's sort of it. Done. Deck's basically done once all those greebles go on. So, there's that. Then we've got masts and a few yards. There's only those few yards that go on to the foremast there. Everything else are booms because it's 4 and aft sail rig. Yep. Oh, here we go. We've got a bridge. We have got a bridge to put on it. So a bit more work there. Some lifeboats. That's good. And as usual, it looks like it's got the little rigging trick they do where the holes are actually in the deck, and you can kind of rig all your, your stays, your back stays, and your shrouds can go through the deck, which is not bad. It's an easy way to do it. I usually cheat and put photo etch rat lines on these things, but we'll see. We'll see what we do with this one. And then you just put it together, because you've basically got your bridge on your deck. You add that to the hull. Oh, there's a little bulkhead that goes in there. And bingo bongo, she's made it on a bowsprit. It's going to make it just an extra bit longer. Yes, yes. We always want it a bit longer, don't we, girls? Yes, we do. Painting instructions all the way through. And being an IMAI kit, there's a lot of English. Yeah. The thing is, IMAI often reboxes helikits, like certainly some of the helikits that I've got, the sailing ships, right? And if you can, it's worth getting a hold of the IMAI instructions, because heli instructions are bloody hopeless. They're all French. They don't make a lot of sense. Things are sort of in not the order that you'd really want to build, and it's all very vague. And I'm sure the French understand it. It's perfectly okay to them, but we haven't got a bloody clue. So what you do is you get hold of the IMAI instructions for the same kit, because IMAI's often reboxed all those same helikits, and using the IMAI instructions, you've got English and you've got proper diagrams, and you've got all these little things that tell you exactly what's going on. So I love it. I love IMAI kits. They are wonderful. Because I have reviewed the IMAI Napoleon. That was wonderful. I've got a few other IMAI big ships there that are absolutely terrific. So here we go. Davits. Got to get your davits in. So they're putting the davits in now. And then the lower hull goes on, which is a lovely shade of green. I do like a green bottom. I have been known to say that. I do enjoy a green bottom. Yeah. And there we go. There's like a whole bunch of flags for it and everything. We've got plastic sails. I don't generally like the plastic sails. I'd probably rather make them, well, usually I'll use cloth, but at 1/350 scale, the weave of the cloth is going to be like, trying to do the thing in reality with, potato bags. The weave's just too big. So what I might do with this is make them out of silk, or make them out of paper, very thin paper, maybe rice paper or something. I'll make my own sails. So I'll still put sails on, George, but I don't know if I'll use the ones out of the kit. I don't like plastic sails, because you can't really get you can't get them to sort of flow and fold and do that sort of thing. So, because often I like to roll up and furl the sails on the yards. Yeah, so you get to see a bit more rigging. So we'll see what happens there. So that's about that, and then that's it. That's everything. So those are the instructions. So there's not a lot to it. There never is much in these kits. They are fairly simple and fairly straightforward, but you can have a lot of fun with them. And although 1/350 sort of seems small, I mean, that's the scale for most of the battleships that I build. Well, basically, I do all my battleships in 1/350. So, it's a lot of things are very similar. Like davits are always the same size, and lifeboats and things like that. So, what have we got here? We've got, well, just bear with me and I'll pull these out of the bag so we can have a good look at them. Now, I found this in the kit, and it's a little language conversion chart for the symbols, because there's all the little symbols, like this is cement, right? So there's a thing. So even if you don't speak English, like if you're speaking one of these languages, okay, then you can simply look up the symbol, and it'll tell you should be doing this. You should be, cutting it, emitting it, referring it, doing something, roping it, right? Okay, it'll tell you everything. Fix a decal, right? So there you go, and all the colours, right? So if you don't know what the colours are, if you don't know what, branco is, well, that's Portuguese for white. There you are. How about that? Okay, so that's pretty good. That's kind of useful. I might keep this handy, because especially all these colour conversion words, they're rather handy, because, if I get a French kit and it says the colour should be jaune, right? How do you spell that? Jaune, all right? What the heck is that? Well, I know in German it's gelb, right? Gelb, which is lello, okay? It's lello, okay? Even handy for all the German things, right? But most of them I know, but that's rather good. So if ever you get something like root, okay? So if you want to know what Dutch root is, well, that's probably what you get from one of those girls that hang around a window. No, it's not. It's red. It's It just means red. Got nothing at all to do with selling of sexual favours. None of that. No, none of that in my video. Okay, now, yeah, the parts, they were just in stapled up plastic bags. It's almost like a Tamiya kit. Dread. No, Tamiya kits are okay. Tamiya kits are fine. Now, I love the detail. I don't know if you can see it. The deck actually has all the planks. They're in there. So I hope that comes up. But you know me, I will probably put some wooden veneer planks over the top of that, just to give it that extra zhoosh like I always do. So the hull is one piece, they always are in these sort of kits, and that will fit in there nicely, click straight in. And look, we've got that green hull, as I said, I love a green bottom, and that clicks on there. So you've got the option of going waterline, but I sort of like them fully hulled. You know, I like it all. The portholes are always nicely recessed in these, and I mean you could just put a wash on them, quite frankly, and they will pop out and look great. But as I've done in all of my kits, I drill out the portholes. I just like them fully open. I've even got some clear stuff now that I can put in there. It's one of those micro cell, micro soft, micro clear, micro smear things, whatever it is, and they'll put a little clear bit of gel in there. So that's good. So it's good size. It is a very good size this time. As I said, I picked up this one, you know, because I was sort of getting a whole series of these, thinking these are great, and this is the you know, the reddish. And when you open it up, you go, oh, great, and oh, there's the hull. Look how long it is. It's just a weedy thing, right? So you know, yes, it's basically the size of you know, a lifeboat. So I sort of went, oh dear, that one is going to be tiny. You know, I'd built this Nippon Maru, which is the LEE one, and that box is it's similar size to this one, but I mean the radish box is quite a bit smaller. Well, it's quite a lot smaller actually. It's a tiny little box comparison because it's a little thing. So Nippon Maru, that was a good size. Now here's a Nippon Maru, which I really enjoyed. And that was a good size, and as you can see, the Esmeralda is about the same size. She might even be a bit longer in the deck. Yeah, she's a bit longer in the deck. So that's good. So she's a bit wider too. She's a big girl, let's face it. You know, she's got a little bit of chunkiness on the hips there, but we still love her. Yes. Because you can't say anything about body image these days. It's all got to be positive. And I positive love this. This is great. So that's a really good size, because with the bowsprit on, it's going to be a good, you know, well, I don't know, 10, 11, almost 12 inches. Yes, that's right. That'll please anybody, I can tell you. Now, I love these kits, the way things come in different colours. You can literally not paint them, just build them, and then you actually got something that looks kind of nice. Rig it up, put it on the shelf, you know. But I'll end up painting things, you know. Can you hear all that water? Well, hang on. Oh dear, I've got a flood in my front room. Hang on, I've got to race down and put a bucket. It's back. Yeah, sorry about that, but I've got there's a hole in the roof in the entry to my place. Not actually in the house, but it has like a little entry room at the top of the stairs as you come in, and no one's been able to fix that leak. It's fine for most of the time, unless you get a big heavy storm, as we appear to be having right now, because I decided to make a video. And yeah, the water basically builds up in the gutter, flows in, and water falls down in there. And if I don't shut the internal door, my entire lounge floods. Yeah. And that'll wet Bass the cat's sofa, so she won't be happy about that, I tell you. So look, yeah, this is going to be a mighty kit. It's a good size, so you know, I'll be able to put some really good detail on there. I mean, I could just paint the deck, or I can put on my little wood effects. Either option will work. The masts and yards are clean, and I know from experience they don't bend too much. They're rather nice. They've got a reasonable amount of stiffness in them, but they're not super brittle, so they won't snap on you. So they're good. There's no flash. No, these kits are usually pretty good. And especially if you get an IMAI original, you've got to expect, you know, that it's the best the moulding could be. Because The thing is with reboxing, so they're getting softer each time as the moulds are shared and sold on, because obviously you sell a mould when it's worn out. You go, yeah, this is no good anymore, I'll sell it to some other poor sucker. Those parts, again, beautifully clear. Beautifully clean with the ship's wheel. Absolutely delightful. And that's obviously part of the bridge there. Some bulkheads, they look good. And a few odds and ends. We've got some fighting platforms. Well, there wouldn't be fighting platforms. This thing probably didn't fight so much. Who knows? I'll have to look up research on it. Why not? I'll have to find out what the hell it's all about. I know it's a modern ship. These are all kind of modern ships. They have steel hulls. They're not wooden ships, so to speak. They will have sort of wooden decks, so that's nice. But these are at least crow's nest type things. Modern style. Got those. And then you get two of these fruits. They're the ones that I first started to get out of the bag. And that is lifeboats. They're rather cute. Little, you know, eyeball, well not eyeball, iris type sort of shape, whatever. You know, eyes, that kind of shape, you know. Goodness me. But all the details, very fine. There's all kinds of things here. Sort of looks like it's got some guns, but they may be, it could be artillery, or they could be water cannon, because often these sort of ships have high pressure water on the deck so that they can clean things down, you know. So we'll see. But it sort of does look like artillery, doesn't it? Yeah, but it probably isn't. It's probably just water cannon. So we've got a few of those. There is a little bit of flash on this sprue, so that's a bit annoying. It's on both of them. Oh, you've got the odd bit, but nothing much. I mean, that'll. Hey, look, I built airfix kits. Talk to me about Revel kits. So that's not flash, you know. It's like good old Crocodile D. That's not a knife. This is a knife. Yeah, let me show you a flash. Now, normally they come with two of these, which a little pedestal that sits on the base. But looks like George has eaten one of them. Oh, well, never mind, George. That's okay. I'll make something of my own, or I might even have some little stands floating around. I mean, I could probably pinch the one out of the radish and use it for now, and then when I come to the radish I'll do something else. But yeah, you get IMAI cordage, which is fantastic stuff. I mean, if you can get hold of IMAI cordage, it is terrific. You literally don't have to wax it. At least that's been my experience. The stuff is pretty well sort of fur free. So yeah, I'm always impressed with it. And it's a nice dark brown, so that's rather good. So we'll certainly use that for all the fixed rigging, and I've got my own cordage that I can use for the running rigging, which will be a lighter colour. Yeah, at least I think it will. I think it's still ropes in these. I don't know. The more modern ships, a lot of them are running actual metal cables, so don't know. We'll see. We'll have a look at some reference photos. What do we got? We've got some flags there. So I imagine that's a Chilean flag. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is it? Is it? Could it be? I don't know. I didn't watch Selden's Fun with Flags, you know. So there's the flag there. So and we have a little decal with a name on, and that's obviously going to go at the stern. So that's all very pretty. So it's it is a lovely kit. Now, if you use, and if you like them, these are okay. They're the sails, right? They're marked, but there's sort of injection points or blobs or bumps in them. I don't know. They've got the measles. I don't know if you can see it. They've got these little bumpy bits. Can you see in there? There's little bumpy things there. So it looks like an octopus has walked all over it, you know. I don't generally like them. I would use them as templates to make my own. And as I said, I'll try and make it out of silk. Going to buy myself a silk handkerchief and cut it up. You know, or steal someone's silk knickers. I'm sure one of my ex-girlfriends probably left her knickers here. You never know. Yeah, so they'll be helpful for forming sails, but I won't use them as sails because, yeah, they always look so plastically and unreal. Because there's no, you know, you need a bit of a drape and you need a little bit of texture and you need some form in a sail. That's what I like. And I'm going to probably put sew lines in them and, you know, make them look like real sails. Because that's what I like. That's what I like. That's what I'm going to have. And you can't tell me otherwise. So, look, this is a wonderful kit. So thank you, George. So yes, this was a lovely surprise on a very wet autumn day. I mean, I know you Yanks call it fall. Just, you know, hey look, the leaves fell down. Let's call it fall. Oh, goodness me. Really, guys, really. So, yeah, lots of good stuff here. It is a mighty kit. And I know I have got a ton of stuff that I've got in work in progress. an embarrassing amount of stuff, all right? But, I promised George, if he sent this to me, because he said he watched my Workbench and New Kits video, where I'd said, look, I've been collecting all these things, and the only one I couldn't find was Esmeralda. And he said, well, I'll send you one if you build it. So I'm under an obligation here, guys. So we'll get the Vespucci sort of out the way, at least the point where it needs rigging, right? So we'll get it assembled, and that'll probably be the next video out in a week or so, because I have done quite a bit of work on that. You just haven't seen it, including having to prefabricate a part that somehow disappeared and got swallowed by the carpet monster. So I actually had to scratch build a part for it. So, yeah, Esmeralda, she is on the way. Nippon Maru. Yeah. Actually, the Nippon Maru box is bigger. There you go. They're all different. So that's the LEE Rebox, which is, LEE's out of Singapore, I think. And there's that one. The Vespucci. Yes. Love the Vespucci. Really do. So there's quite a bit being done on her, which is sort of all in pieces. Got some new mesh for her. The wood deck, everything. I won't show you any more because I'll keep it all a surprise. Lots of things being painted. So there's a lot of painting and detailing going on. It's all ready to fully assemble. Yeah, it is. It is all ready to rock and roll. So we've got that. And the Radix, well, I'll leave the Radix for a while until I've got better glasses, I think, because that one's tiny. it's really tiny. So, yeah. But the German one, the Gorch Fuck. Who says Germans don't have a sense of humour? Really? Yeah, that's one that'll be in the pipeline for down the track, probably next year or something like that. Because I really love these kits. They don't take long to build. They are a lot of fun. The rigging will take a little while, but I don't do rigging videos on these because all you'd see is a couple of big fat hands trying to get in between masts. So I'll rig them and then tell you all about the rigging. In fact, I'm going to do a video in the next week or so about rigging order, because I've seen a couple of videos where guys have sort of said, oh look, I always get tangled up, I can see them, they're trying to put in running rigging before they do rat lines and everything and wonder why everything's tangling up, they can't get their fingers in, and they're complaining about how difficult rigging is. It doesn't have to be that hard. Really, I've got a method that I've used and it always works, and it's basically from inside out, bottom to top, back to front. That's kind of how it is. I'll go through that, and I'll do that as a little sort of marina balcony help video to say, look, if you follow this order, you really don't get your fingers tangled, because every line you're putting in is inside, and the next line you're putting in is outside, above, or forward from it, and nothing really gets in your way. Piece of cake. You just got to know how to do it. So I'll do that. But anyhow, Esmeralda, George, mate, this is fantastic. It even says here, Chilean Navy, 4-masted barkentine. Barkentine, all right. Okay, call it a barkentine if you like. Woof. All right, this is just a short video because I'm so excited to get a present in the mail, because there haven't been very many new kits lately because I've been so busy working and, well, just basically trying to get the doors open. So this has been a delight to share with you. So if you enjoyed this and any of the other, videos on my channel, please hit that like button. Make a comment, just be nice about it, be respectful, You can also subscribe to my channel for this build, which will be coming up, plus the Vespucci and lots of other things. I've still got the St. Louis. That is going to get finished. A lot more happening on that, work on the cannons. So, yeah, subscribe. And look, there's even this wonderful new thing called a thanks button. Yeah, it's really good. You hit that thanks button and give me a couple of shekels and you'll brighten my day. You really will, because everything helps to give me more fun so I can keep doing the videos on this channel and sharing with you all this kind of stuff and showing you tips and techniques and anything that I know that I can basically give to the community out there. Okay, well, there's that. Oh, there's also YouTube members and Patreon. If you really want to get serious about supporting me, you can sort of subscribe to those. And then you get these videos advert-free and early. And you get to see me chatting every day and posting every day about what silly things I've been up to. Mainly it's just photos of Bass the cat, but, some people like it. All right, well, that's it. That's a tiny look, or quick look, of a tiny ship, the Esmeralda, and we will be getting in that build within the next month. All right, it's goodbye from Australia, and it's hooroo from Harry Houdini.